welcome to another edition of FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV. Here we bring you the latest updates, insights, and of course help you stay inspired and ahead in the world of mortgage banking. On this week's edition of FMBN podcast, we'll be bringing you the frequently asked questions by Nigerians. And of course, coming up will be the reports on the FMBN commissioning of houses, wrapping it up with the FMBN news this week. So let's quickly go on a commercial break as the program just got started. All right, welcome back to FMBN Podcast, and you are watching 7FM TV. This program is proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So now the frequently asked questions by Nigerians. Nigerians want to know, as an NHF contributor who is self-employed, will I be able to also gain access to the NHF construction loan? Here's the response.
Yes. Self-employed NHF contributors can access construction loan to develop their personal residential properties.
All right, that was a good one. So it's a continuous tour of commissioning housing for the FMBN, and this time around it's in Kogi State. 7FM TV, Austin Beatrice has the reports.
The tour of housing commissioning continues for the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN. As for the bank, it is a mandate that must be carried out. The bank took it this time to the confluence city of Kogi State to commission the 100 housing units bungalows in Lokoja. The official commissioning ceremony is a collaboration of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria with the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, and the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, NECA. The ceremony was attended by top management of the bank, labor unions, and the state. Among the attendees were the governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yaya Bello, represented by the state secretary, Dr. Mrs. Folashade Arike, the managing director, FMBN, Mr. Madu Haman, represented by the executive director, Loans and Mortgage Services, Mr. Lukman Mustafa, representatives of TUC, NLC, NECA, and other stakeholders. The 100 housing units is made up of 24 units of one-bedroom bungalows, 36 units of two-bedroom bungalows, and 40 units of three-bedroom bungalows. While speaking, the representative of the DG NECA, Alhaji Mahmoud Lukman, said the union cuts across 36 states and the 774 local government area in the country. Thus, the need for shelter is important.
So Kogi State government, all other 35 states governments of Nigeria, federal government, all the 774 local governments in Nigeria are employers. And all the companies you know, especially those regulated companies, I'm not talking of one-man shop company, they are all members of NECA. We have our own conduct code of ethics. Whoever is our member must accept our own 10 commandments. We must be fair to our workers because we believe in productivity. If workers are not comfortable they will not produce. Whether they are civil servants, whether they are public servants, whether they are private sector employees. So housing is a cornerstone of one of the fundamental needs of human beings. After food, drink, clothes, we cover our nakedness. Shelter is the most important thing. If you have no shelter, you cannot be anywhere. You are nobody. Even by the time, in those good old days when police used to arrest people out for wandering after 10 p.m. in the night in the big cities, the first question they ask you is, where is your house? Where are you from? If you have no house, that means you are on no fixed address, and they have a name to call you. So housing is very important. And workers, wherever you are in Nigeria, this combination of Federal Mortgage Bank, Nigeria Labour Congress, State Union Congress, and NECA, we are ready to put our heads together as we did here and make sure that houses, affordable houses, are given to our workers.
The Executive Director Loans and Mortgage Services FMBN, Mr. Lukman Mustafa, said the 100 housing units is fully funded by the bank in fulfillment of its commitment to the dream of home ownership for the Nigerian workers.
This housing project, comprising of 100 housing units, are fully funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and it is in fulfillment of our commitment to the realization of the home ownership dreams of Nigerian workers who are contributors to the National Housing Fund scheme. The journey towards today's remarkable occasion started some years back as part of the bank's corporate strategy of building productive synergies with critical stakeholders to boost the provision of affordable housing in Nigeria. In pursuance of that mission, the Joint Implementation Committee was set up involving the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, the Trade Union Congress, TUC, and the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, NECA, to come up with a concept for the development and delivery of affordable housing to Nigerian workers.
Speaking further, he said the commission intensifies the effort of the bank in delivering its mandate and therefore needs support from other states.
The commissioning of this project today, as well as similar ceremonies across the Federation, is a testimony that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is delivering on its mandate, and we therefore need unqualified support from all stakeholders. By this endeavor, we are not only reducing the housing deficits in the country, but we are also creating jobs and tackling unemployment. Our different categories of services are designed to ensure access to home ownership for Nigerians.
Meanwhile, the governor of the state, speaking through the Secretary of the State, Dr. Mrs. Folashade Arike Ayode, in his welcome address, expressed excitement towards the development as a major employer of the beneficiaries in the state.
This is very exciting to my government as the main employer of the beneficiaries. The quality of work and overall ambience of this entire estate.
He further commended the management of the bank for their effort in delivering the housing mandate.
These projects and many more, like it across the country, are eloquent testimonials of the renewed commitment of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, led by Madu Aman, the MD and Chief Executive Officer, to revitalize our housing delivery mandates. We could feel a certain urgency and purpose in operations since it took over last year. Indeed, to quote John C. Maxwell, the world-renowned leadership, everything rises or falls on leadership.
It was an exciting moment for some of the beneficiaries as the keys for their houses were handed over to them. The 100 housing unit commissioning in Kogi State ended in excitement for both the bank, the beneficiaries, and the various stakeholders. A playlet was done to depict what the message of the bank has been, which is now practical.
Shabina say you know this. Oh,
What morning, sir?
Ekula Beje Wajare. Do you think kneeling down is a character?
Oh, landlord, no worry now.
Shut up. Where is my money?
Okay, landlord, calm down now.
I called last month. He said, make I give you 2 weeks. Ordinary house rent, you know if you pay me. He said 1 month, I give her 1 month. He said 2 weeks, I give her 2 weeks. I come now, give me house rent. Instead, people say, you know they. But you don't know, say, Koniman die. Koniman bury am. As he's speaking the enter, and they go down from back. Now I see the idiots.
He don't do now. Today.
Okay. Wait, this is why they talk. I will take it out.
So you never hear.
I never hear what I want to hear.
See Mortgage Bank, NLC, TUC, and NECA, they don't join hands, put hands together. See, say they build house for civil servants. So you never hear.
I don't hear rumors, but I don't know that true they talk.
Not true. All civil servants go down pesos.
Still alone, still alive.
Check down the cash line.
Landlord, I didn't hear about. You see, still alive. So that's what
You go back.
You see?
How you want to get house? We no get money for cement.
Don't worry. They will give me house.
Mortgage Bank, NLC, TUC, they don't put us. Don't worry.
From 7 TV, Austin Beatrice Sanam.
Well done, Austin. Let's quickly go on a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll be taking you through the FMBN news this week.
Let's go. Oh,
Huh? What is it again?
Oga, I dey drive this car, my mind no dey here. My landlord is on my neck.
Your landlord again. I thought I have told you this before. Get a mortgage, register with NHF scheme, and get a home up front. What is so difficult about this?
Oga, I will do just that. See, I will shame that my landlord. Mortgage.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
Welcome back. Good to know that you are still with us here on 7FM TV as you are watching FMBN podcast, proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So now, the FMBN news this week. And that's the much we have for you on this week's edition of FMBN Podcast. Many thanks for joining us, and do well to join us next week for another educative edition of the program. Our social media handles are displayed on your screen, so do follow us at Instagram 7TV_NIG, Twitter 7TV_NIG, Facebook 7TV Nigeria, YouTube 7FM-TV. You can visit our website at www.7media.ng and do well to visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information. Till I come your way next week, my name is Patience Okai. Stay blessed. Bye.